Welcome to the next entry in the series that will soon become a regular thing. YouTubers that I want to call out. It's a working title, it's not very good. But as you might have remembered, I actually mentioned the moms of furries in my last episode and wanted to point out that this YouTuber series I'm doing isn't necessarily furry. And with today's YouTuber that I'm calling out, that title sucks. I need to work on that. Basically, in amazing YouTubers that I've decided to talk about, that sucks too. We'll workshop it, we'll figure it out. But I wanted to call out the YouTube channel Defunctland. And if you've never heard of that channel, it's about high time you did hear about that channel or know what they're about, or where am I going with this? But essentially, Defunctland does these amazing exposés on, are we just gonna keep hitting sirens? Or like, hello? So Defunctland actually talks about some rides and parks and former attractions that used to be at some of your favorite theme parks. If you're younger and you don't really remember any of these rides, that's understandable. Now, some of these include the Jules Verne ride that used to be at one of the Disneylands, I believe. It was essentially 1,000 Leagues Under the Sea, which is one of my all-time favorite, like, classic movies. That used to be a ride, but sadly, I'm a bit too young to have remembered it. I personally spent a lot of time when I was younger in Dallas, Texas, so I did a lot of trips to Six Flags over Texas. I love that park. I miss that park, and I wish I had the time and money to go back, but someday I will. So something that I have always enjoyed as a ride junkie, as a theme park junkie, is hearing the history of some of these parks, these rides, ones that have closed, ones that are still open, to really understand like the thought process of why it was built, how it was built, who built it, when it was built, and Defunctland does all of that. They do amazing pieces. They do crazy podcasts. And if you, like me, have a lot of childhood nostalgia for some of those iconic rides that are no longer there, this is the channel for you. It's not a ride along, sit in the front seat, go on the ride thing. I love those too, though. I can't hide it. I'm such a sucker for those. I love seeing rides that I don't have the funds or time to go ride. I'm a ride junkie. I love roller coasters, and I love hearing the deep, rich history of some of those rides that gave me joy as a young child. Hearing about Son of Beast, hearing about some of those first inverted rides, some of those rides that have so much nostalgia, some of those rides that got wiped out when that huge storm hit New York that used to be on the pier, any of those. Oh, I love hearing about theme park and ride history. I'm a huge nut for it. You totally can't tell, can you? But hearing about some of those rich histories really lets me bring out my inner child, but also appreciate some of the people that made those things happen, that put those together. And that's why Defunctland is such an amazing channel that you should absolutely check out. Personally, one of my favorite videos that they've ever done is, quite frankly, on Astroland. It was something that I'd heard about as a kid, but I had never gone to, I'd never experienced. And getting to hear about some of those classic old school rides and, you know, some of the things that worked and some of the things that didn't were amazing. Actually getting to hear about the Mount Everest ride at Disney and some of the pitfalls of that giant animatronic. I'm also a special effect junkie and a giant animatronic junkie and a huge Stan Winston fan. So if you say animatronic, giant animals, and ride put together, I'm just like, whoa! Please, it sounds so exciting. Yes to all of those things. But hearing how like some of those historical backgrounds, you know, lent themselves to the park history, how things succeeded, how things didn't succeed, that is my jam. And I love hearing about that. So if you haven't checked out Defunctland yet, or you're not sold yet, just go check them out. Just do it. Just absolutely do it. Their content is amazeballs and is honestly very informational and interesting. Whether you're a ride junkie like me, a history buff, or you're just looking for something new to watch that maybe isn't furry related. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day. Bye!